Inhale, arms up, Hastasana, high mountain, little back bend. Slow forward fold, Uttanasana, head down. Inhale to halfway lift, press chest forwards. Hands to the mat, stepping back into plank. Stacking shoulders over wrists and preparing for kneeling chaturanga. Bring your knees to the ground. Look forwards and lean forwards over the wrists. Try not to stick your hips out, but gently lengthen your tailbone down. Keep your body locked in this position as we look forwards. Only bend your arms and squeeze your elbows into lower. Move forwards as you lower over the fingertips, slowly coming to lie on the mat. Pointing the toes straight back behind you. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, curling into a baby cobra. Lift your chest, lengthen the neck, and think of pulling your hands back behind you. Slowly lower. Press back to hands and knees. Tap toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg sweeps up for three-legged dog. Bring your right leg into pigeon, so taking the right knee wide out to the side on the outside of the right wrist. Lower the left back knee and shuffle your toes back as much as possible and find an even seat through both sides of the pelvis. Walking the hands forwards, folding into your pigeon. Make sure that there's no discomfort in the right knee. If there is, move out of the pose or sit weight over towards your right bum cheek to take weight off the knee, or option to place a block underneath the right sit bone. There should be never any pain in the knees in this pose. Walk your hands over towards the right, feeling that side stretch along the left side of the body. Try and keep even weight through both sides of the pelvis. Slowly walking back past the center and all the way over to the left side. We walk back to center. Place your right forearm parallel to the front of the mat. Don't sink into the shoulder, but press out of your right elbow. Twist left arm up towards the ceiling, leaning the head back and opening up through the chest. Changing arms. Left forearm comes parallel to the front of the mat, twisting right arm open. Lean your head back, twist the chest open, and press out of your bottom elbow. Release and press back up onto both hands, bending the back knee. Once again, make sure that you're not resting on your kneecap, but that you're resting more to the top of the thigh. Reach your left hand back to hold the foot wherever it feels comfortable, and see if you can draw your heel lightly in. Option to move in and out of this stretch. Stay on your right fingertips to help keep your chest lifted. And try and keep sitting evenly through both sides of the pelvis. Holding in that stretch, we breathe. Again, think of lifting the ribs out of the hips, as if you're pushing down through your front shin to give you space. Slowly we release. Tuck the back toe, straighten your back knee. Ground through both hands, sweep right leg up, three-legged dog. And back into downward facing dog. Move forwards into plank. Prepare for kneeling chaturanga or full. So either lowering the knees or shifting weight forwards. Open the chest and squeeze the elbows in. Lean forwards, forwards, forwards as you lower to the belly. Option to take cobra or full upward facing dog. Press your chest forwards, broadening across the collarbones. Gently moving back through plank and into downward facing dog. Moving into pigeon on the left. Left leg sweeps up, three-legged dog. Knee to the outside of the left wrist. Take that knee wide to create a more stable base. Slide the right foot back to settle down into the hips and forward fold. Either onto your elbows or straight arms. Walking hands towards the left side. Feel that stretch down the left side of your body. And breathe. Moving back past the center and over to the right to side stretch. Try and keep both shoulders parallel to the mat. Walking the hands back to center and back towards you. Bring your left elbow parallel to the mat, pressing out of the shoulder as you twist right arm up towards the ceiling. Leaning the head back to open up through the chest. And release. Changing arms, right forearm parallel. Left arm reaches up, twisting the chest open. Watch that you're not sinking onto your elbow, but press away from the floor. Slowly we release, come up onto the hands, bending the back knee. Make sure you're resting on the top of the thigh. Bring your left hand to the center, up on the fingers and reach right hand back. Catching hold of the foot and lightly drawing heel in. Hold in that stretch or move in and out of the pose, just gently working into that back thigh. Preparing us for our mermaid to come next. Holding in that stretch, keep sitting evenly through both hips, lifting up through the spine, broadening across collarbones. Gently we release, ground through both hands and sweeping the left leg up, three-legged dog and back to downward facing dog. Moving into our peak pose now, entering mermaid. Inhale, right leg sweeps up, three-legged dog. Take the knee wide out to the side on the outside of the right wrist. So here it's really important to find a stable base. So make sure if you float your hands up, you can balance here without your hands. If not, take your right leg out even wider. Even if you need to shuffle your left thigh out a little bit, make sure you find a stable base for your body. I recommend pressing down through your front shin to give you length through the sides of the body. From here, gently bending your back knee. Shuffle so that you're resting on the top of the thigh. Reaching your left hand back to hold that back foot. Once again, check. Can you balance here? It's a balance of lifting up and also grounding through the hips. From here, you can gently start to slide your elbow towards your foot, and maybe you want to bring your hand down along the shin. This is perfect if you just want to hold and breathe here. If you're moving forwards, bringing your left hand towards your chest, which means your back foot will have to come in a little closer. Reach your right arm up nice and high, and here, lift up through the sides of the body to give you more space. Bend your right elbow, reaching back. Keep the chest lifted. Maybe binding the hands. Otherwise, just keep reaching them towards one another and feel that stable base balancing through the legs. If you bound the hands, watch that you're not pressing your chest forwards, but try and lift up and lean your head back into your upper arm. The more you press through the shin and lift your chest, the more space it gives you to lean back. But at the same time, grounding through both sides of the pelvis. Keep in the balance. Slowly we release, grounding through the hands, tucking the back toe, straighten your back knee, stepping back into downward dog. Just stretching out the legs, maybe pedaling out the feet, whatever you need to do here to release. Inhale, the left leg rises for three-legged dog, taking the knee to the outside of the left wrist. So again, be nice and wide and broad here, and take a few moments to shuffle and find a stable base where you can hold without your hands. Taking that shin wide. Don't worry about bringing your foot high up towards the top of the mat. Even if your heel is a little bit closer and that helps you to feel more balanced, then do that. Bending the back knee, reach back to hold your right foot. Check that you've got a nice stable base. From here, begin to wiggle your elbow towards your toes and secure that bind around the foot. Bringing your right hand towards your chest, drawing that heel in a little bit closer. Keeping the balance in the hips, push through the front shin to give you some lift. Lengthen up through the sides of the body, everything you felt throughout the class. And reaching your right hand back towards, your left hand back to bind. Finding your mermaid pose, try and lean your head back. Lift through the chest and push down through the front shin, staying balanced through both sides. Slowly we release, ground through your hands, straighten the back knee, stepping back into downward facing dog. Option to move into child's pose here, bending knees, toes out to the sides, and just create a little length in the spine as you walk your hands forwards, releasing your head to the ground. Take a moment to soften here and just relax through the back. Moving back into downward dog, lift your gaze, shift your weight forwards, and tucking toes to move into downward facing dog. Slowly walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to standing. Inhale, reaching up through the sides of the body. And releasing arms down, Tadasana, mountain pose. Moving into Utkatasana, chair pose, bending the knees, sweeping hands across the ground, sitting back into chair. Descend all the way down into a little Malasana squat, opening knees to the sides and bringing your shoulders below the shins. Extend arms forwards as you sit back onto the hips and slowly recline down onto your back. Placing the feet hip distance apart and preparing for our bridge pose. Pressing your hips up towards the ceiling. Press down through the heels to lift the hips higher. Option to keep your hands where they are or interlace your fingers and tuck the shoulders gently underneath you. Press down through the upper arms to go on lifting the chest. Lift your chin up to keep your neck nice and neutral, not overstretching the back of the neck here. When you're ready to come down, release the bind of your hands and slowly lower hips back to the mat. Repeat bridge or option to take full wheel. If you're moving into bridge, begin lifting the hips up. If you're taking full wheel, place the hands alongside your ears with the fingertips pointing down to the shoulders. Feel secure on both feet as you gently raise the hips and press through the arms to lift into your full wheel. Relax your neck fully. Press through the hands, an option to come up onto the toes to give you a little bit more space in the lower back. When you're ready to lower, bring the heels down, tuck your chin towards your chest, and slowly lower back onto your back. You can take the knees from side to side into little windscreen wipers, just to slowly unwind from those back bends. Moving into happy baby pose, bending the knees, taking hold of the outer edges of the feet and drawing knees wide out to the sides. Keep your shoulders and neck relaxed on the mat, an option to rock from side to side. Bring the knees together and hug both knees into the chest. Gently curl your head off the ground, bringing your nose between the knees. Extend your arms forwards, reach through your fingers, and extend the left leg away, pressing down through your lower back. Bring the left knee back in, and extend the right leg away as you go, lifting up through the shoulders. One more time. Left leg extends, reach up through the sides, and back. Last time, lifting shoulders off the ground, hug knees to chest, and lower back down through the head. Maybe rolling the head from side to side, relaxing any tension in the neck. Prepare for your Shavasana now as you straighten your legs along the ground. Let your feet fall out to the sides. Palms turn out to face the ceiling. Make sure that you're completely comfortable. And allow your eyes to close. Completely letting go in Shavasana. Namaste.